Good afternoon, this is Sir Robert and welcome to Inquiries, Investigations, and Immersion Lecture Series. For this week, we are to complete the following objectives. Number one, complete appropriately the attachments for validity process. Number two, submit all pre-data collection requirements. And finally, you are to follow the reminders for pre-data collection. Presenting everyone your requirements for data collection, we have number one, approved letter for research advisor. Next, letter of permission to conduct study along with the accomplished CRP form number 18. Next, we have accomplished validity form or specimen validation for experimental studies. We have reliability test or pilot testing of the research instrument. Next, you are to pass the final survey questionnaire and the data collection procedure for experimental studies. Next, I need your updated research manuscript. And finally, your group meeting and research consultation evidence. So all these are requirements for data collection, meaning you will not proceed with the data collection unless you have complied all these requirements. And this afternoon, our goal is to discuss and to explain further these requirements for data collection. All right, so we'll begin with the letter for advisor. Everyone, for uniformity of instruction, I recorded this session. Please follow the template that we have. Number one is for the approved letter for research advisor. Please take note that the dates you are to put on top is when you plan to pass the letter or to submit the letter to your prospect research advisor. And make sure that you have addressed completely the names and title of your research advisor. Preferably, we are to get our research advisor under the senior high school department. All right, for example, Miss Sarah Lee A. Latik, LPT. So that's how we address on top our research advisor. The title, Instructor, Senior High School Department, Complete, Riverside College Incorporated, Bacolod City, Philippines. So take note that this on top, you need to capitalize and bold type the name of your prospect research advisor without the miss or the sir. Okay, next. Okay, the details here will be your research title, edit on the template, put your research title here, and your objectives or your main statement of the problem here. The general statement of the problem on the first paragraph. Next, you are to edit your complete contact informations such as your number and your Microsoft Outlook email. So make sure that when you pass your approved letter of advisor, your approved letter for advisor, you are to sign first. Leaders, you are to sign your letter and acquire my signature as well for this one, for the approved letter of advisor. And I will tell you if you are to proceed with the submissions of the letter for advisor once your letter is fixed already and complete. So that's number one requirement. Next, we have the letter of permission to conduct study. The same content, by the way. However, we are to address if you are to study or if you are to gather data under the senior high school department, we are to address it to Jaira Dale B. Magsadya. So that's Miss Jaira. Complete details as well on top. Simply follow what's being stated here and edit a little bit about your study. For example, your research title here, and again, your statement of the problem, as well as your contact information below. So again, sign and acquire my signature as well. So no one will pass on the recipient unless I've signed it and confirmed for submission. All right. So I'll be the final deciding body for your submissions. Next, we have the CRP form number 18. What to edit here? There are some few sections here uh, you will edit. Okay? No need to touch on top and below on the second part. No need to touch this. What you will put or what you will edit here is, for example, if you are external, meaning you are to conduct data outside the school, so you are to edit the heads of the department as well as the name of the company. So for the dates, of course, upon submission, always include the dates upon submission. For example, you are to submit your CRP form number 18 on March 1 of 2022. So you put or indicate March 1, 2022 on the dates. So for the rest, if you are internal data collection, meaning you are to study in the senior high school and your respondents are the senior high school students, so you are to edit the purpose of request, the title of the study, the data to be collected, the things or the stuffs you need, as well as the names of the researchers in alphabetical order, surname first. So that's all it under the CRP form number 18. Clear. You do not have to change the font or anything in there. Instead, you are to only put details necessary regarding your study or what's your study all about. So on this particular sections only. Next, of course, the letter for validity request. No need again to change the font, just simply follow the template and edit the contents or the details in the context of your study. Is that clear? Some are still editing the font size, the signatories, okay, without signatories. So always see to it that when you submit letters, you include your signature as well as my signature. Okay, so this one is for the letter for validity request. Address the correct name of person on top. Okay, it's that clear. No need to put Miss here. Simply Thea Tanya B. Magdato, LPT. Instructor, Senior High School Department, Riverside College Incorporated, Bacolod City, Philippines. Complete, right? So you do not have to edit everything here. This is the template that you will follow, class. Alright? So simply again, put the title of your study here as well as your main statement of the problem. Next. So you are to say thank you and write your contact information below here. So make sure that you have signed it and allow me to check first upon submission your letter for validity as well as the attachments. Alright? Again, allow me to see first and check first your validity request via Microsoft Teams. We are to contact with each other via Microsoft Teams regarding the validity request. So I need to sign first. I need to give you my signature first before you proceed with the validity process. And in order for you to proceed with the validity process, you follow the template. You follow what the content here. Is that clear? Some are really hard. Okay? Hard-headed. Very tig-a sa inyo mag-follow sa template. Sorry to say that. But I need to reiterate again that we have to follow this correct format of writing a letter. So we are not teaching here technical writing anymore, and you are grade 12 students already. So you should follow the template na lang ginhatag sa inyo. Follow this one, okay? I will not allow you to proceed with the validity process unless everything is little to no errors on your validity requests and attachments. All right, next. This is the second page for validity, the good and skates validity form. But sorry for some, this is also page 3 or page 2 of your validity request. But you have to proceed once I've said that you are to proceed with the validity process. But this is the page 2, the good and skates validity form containing the criteria on how to validate your research questionnaire. So you have to allow your validators to fill out or encircle or highlight the rating of your survey questionnaire in these forms. And make sure that they have signed this form after. Okay? They will give it back to you with their signature and with their rating. The third page is your research title and statement of the problem. It's so clear, very neat, right? So make sure that you have followed, for example, 1, 2, 3. Some of your words or some of your sentences overlap the number. So you have to follow the correct forms, man. It's like very neat and presentable ang guwa sang aton nga page 3. Alright? Next, finally, the survey questionnaire. So you have to finalize your survey questionnaire and put it in manuscript form. So this is the most correct example of your final survey questionnaire. So on top, you have to address, put a quick note there, telling the respondents what's your study all about, address the confidentiality, informed consent, and privacy of data on top of your survey questionnaire. And then proceed with the general instruction, and then part 1 and part 2 of your survey questionnaires. So always inform the respondents on how will they answer each part under parts 1 and 2. Alright? Is that clear? So this is also given in the sample templates on our Microsoft Teams chat. Simply check them. Alright? And finally, for the submissions are for archiving and monitoring. But you have to follow up. For example, the validity request, i-follow up nyo na siya. So you have to inform me via Microsoft Teams chat if it's already good for submissions or sending to your validators. Next, research advisors. Letter for research advisor, you have to send it right away before pa dapat. Send it right away to your prospect advisors with my signature, having followed the template that we have. Alright, and the rest, you may submit in our OneDrive folders for each section, as well as under each section, you have to label or name your folder according to the name or surname of your group leader. For example, STEM Carina, we have Toldanes, Quiachon, Calagos, Suarez, and Paciente. So under this folder as well, we have to follow the file name as our official format. For example, approve letter for advisor underscore STEM Carina B1. So simply follow that, B2, B3, and so on. Or CRP form number 18 underscore STEM Carina B1. You have to follow this, the rest of the sections, you have to follow this format in our in naming our files under this folder so that it would be easier for me to check if you have complied all the requirements that we have. Clear? So all processes such as submissions of letters to the recipient must be confirmed by me through Microsoft Teams chat. For example, validity, letter for research advisor, so permission to conduct study. All these letters, you are to submit this to the recipients, right? But before you submit, make sure that you have confirmed through me your submissions. Alright? So meaning you cannot submit without my signature, without me checking your letters. So this week we are to process the validity request class. So you have to go over the template for validity request and attach the documents needed for validity procedure. And with that, by next week, you may start your survey data collection. Right? So here are some quick reminders as well for the data collection. Class, inform all authorities and individuals involved in your study. That includes your instructor, your research advisor, and all authorities concerned, even your parents. You have to inform them. And we, again, this is to announce that we do not have face-to-face data collection, meaning regardless if you're external or internal, you are to coordinate via emails, via Microsoft Teams. So no face-to-face contact for research, meaning you are not allowed to go out of your comfort zones or your homes just to conduct this study. We are to conduct this virtually, class. Okay, that is why we have Microsoft Teams, Google Forms, emails to contacts with your respondents, most especially external studies, external data collection. Please coordinate via electronics communication. Okay? For descriptive studies, address the anonymity and confidentiality of data through an informed consent for the respondents on top of your survey questionnaire. So we have to put a letter there on your survey questionnaire stating the privacy of data. While for experimental studies, you have to follow, class, the outline of your data collection procedure, and you have to monitor all the tests to be conducted. All right, so these are some quick reminders for you under the data collection. And I'll see to it that you will be guided during the data collection procedure up to the end of this endeavor ninyo. All right, so I believe that's it for today. Thank you for listening to our quick session. God bless everyone for your pre-data collection requirements and processes. This has been Sir Robert. This the week, my dear researchers. God bless everyone. As I've always said, Excelsior, ever upwards.